Hey guys, it's GTV News for Gamers here, coming at you with another pickup video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I've had some really good pickups here and there on like the side, but I haven't had time to film them because I've been too busy, I guess enjoying them. Uh, I recently went to the grand opening of the Nairn and Kent Value Village. They moved it from the region location, and I was expecting, oh, it's probably gonna be that bigger. It's freaking huge. Like I could get lost in that place. Um, wow. If you're wondering why I'm looking over the side, it's because my basement's kind of we just got the vents replaced and or no, the furnace replaced, and we're taking care of stuff, and we're gonna just get this little stupid pop-up off the screen. Thank you very much, computer. Make me look bad. But anyway, so I went there with my mom, as you've probably known from other videos. Our way of bonding is going out and occasionally thrifting and stuff. So yeah, I'll start with what I got. First thing I grabbed was a DVD of Godzilla 2000. Get ready to crumble! Recently, the Godzilla reboot came out. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to be seeing it as soon as it's out on DVD. There's the disc. It's in very nice condition, a little collector's booklet, and then there's like some weird Paramount Home Entertainment catalog. Or no, not Paramount, Columbia. Yeah, and this is one of the, I think, only two Toho Godzilla movies that got released in English theaters. The other was Godzilla 1985, I believe. The others were either dubbed, aired on TV, or were released with subtitles as, like, import videos or something. The history of releases for Godzilla films in North America is very sketchy. But we're finally starting to get legitimately good releases from Toho and from New Media. I think they're New Media Entertainment or Discotech. I believe it's Discotech that's releasing most of the Godzilla films right now, and a lot of other kaiju films. So you can find them anywhere. They're relatively cheap, and they come in 2-3 movies a set, and they're fantastic movies. You really have to give them a chance. If you liked the most recent Godzilla from this year, and if you like stuff like Pacific Rim and stuff like that, or Power Rangers, and you should definitely go take a look at where these kind of giant suit like fighting franchises originated, because they're really cool. Like, they're fantastic movies. They can be cheesy, yeah, but they're just so much fun to watch. Who doesn't love giant monsters kicking the crap out of each other? I know I do. If you don't, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding, but So, found a couple toys as well. This is the Blue Navy Thunder Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And I have a few other of these Rangers from back in the day. I had the yellow and red, and they all shared this, as you can see, this light-up gimmick. I think the reason his eyes are red is because the Thunder Rangers started out as kind of like evil Rangers, because they had been tricked by the series' main bad into thinking that Sensor Watanabe, who was leading the Ninja Storm Rangers, had killed their parents, because he and Crimson Thunder Navy Ranger were twins. I always really liked these characters growing up. Like, they had one of the coolest Megazords. The Beetle Megazord was really awesome. I think that was their Megazord, right? The Thunder Beetle Megazord? It's been ages since I watched Ninja Storm. I can remember most of the details, but not all of them. But, it's a pretty good figure. It's got your standard elbow articulation. Legs move out, knees, and head moves. No waist articulation, but, it's a Power Rangers toy, and as you know, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. And I also found from the 2013 Wolverine toy line, which was kind of to coincide with the Wolverine movie from last year. He was still slightly in the package. $1.99. Oh, and this was $1.99 as well, and this was $2.99. Sorry, I keep forgetting to mention freaking prices. This is Claw Attack Wolverine, and he's very limited in his articulation. He can move his arms, his head moves all the way around, so you can like make him Exorcist Wolverine. His legs move out. They don't move back because he's got this weirdly sculpted butt for some reason. If you can see, that's a weird place to put a T hinge or T joint. I don't know why they put it there, but for what he is, He's a very well sculpted representation of Wolverine, and it's the classic yellow and blue costume, which is the Wolverine I grew up with from the I believe the '90s animated series and the comics. So yeah, pretty cool. And he also wore this in the Mutant Academy games. I remember playing those all the time when I was growing up on the PlayStation. Man, those were awesome games. So I found these. These were these were both kind of chained together, I guess. Two keychains. I'm going to show off the first one. They were $1.99 a piece. From, I believe, what is it? Basic Fun Company. It's a Death Star keychain. There's no copyright year on it, so I don't know when it was made, but I'm guessing it could be any time in the last 30 or 40 years, because, you know, Star Wars is pretty much a cultural institution around the world now, which, you know, I'm not going to complain about. I freaking love Star Wars. Abrams, you better not mess up Episode 7. I swear, if you mess up Episode 7, I am done with you. I had enough with Star Trek and Into Darkness. You mess up Star Wars, we're done. We're done, dog. But anyway, and the other one was a Nintendo handheld soccer game. These are really cool. I didn't even know like Nintendo released these. These are from '98, and they resemble very much a Game Boy in their design. And they're tiny. Sorry, I've been sleepy all day today, probably because it's been raining. They're designed to resemble the Game Boy. They were tiny, like little LCD games, like the Tiger Electronic games or their Risk games. I'm looking and collecting those. I know they're basically primitive kinds of video games. But I just find them cool. It's like they're a novelty. At least they're not charging you 10, 20 bucks for them like they probably did back in the 90s. And, you know, it's like, it's got the exact Game Boy controls and everything. It does need new batteries, I believe, because I tried to get it on at the store, but it's not, nothing lights up. So, definitely gonna have to get it replaced. I hope there's no battery acid in there or anything. Next up, I haven't opened up these yet, but it is a, $1.99 pack of Digimon cards. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. I loved Digimon growing up, and I don't know if I actually collected card game. I think I was too into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. I actually still collect both. As well as I got into collecting Magic, but I don't play Magic. I only collect the cards kind of for the artwork, like Pokemon. And you know, because Pokemon is Pokemon. But I do play Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite regularly. I used to be very competitive. I used to be in the tournament scene a lot, but I kind of fell out of that because money, for one, and two, I can't keep up with all these recent card releases. But, you know, I still build a deck every now and then and play with friends for fun. So yeah, $1.99 Digimon cards. I think I might have some of these already, like the holofoils, but it's just like some of these like Mummymon, Phantom Mom, I don't think I have those at all, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a Phoenixmon. So, you know, I'm excited to open those up, find me, and see what's in there. Now, before we move on to the Golden Boy pickup of the, you know, episode, I want to show you, these were 99 cents each. None of them were bagged and boarded, but I bought, there's 10 of them, so I got 2 free, basically, because it's buy 4 magazines or comics or whatever and get 1 free all the time at Value Village. So, these are some comics from, excuse me, from about 92 to, I think, 2010 is the latest. And I know the 90s comics weren't exactly great, but there's something about them, because I remember seeing these at garage sales and reading these all the time when I was a kid. And I know most of them are just god-awful Youngblood, hello, but they're pretty good. Some of them can be pretty good. First up is Web of Spider-Man 96 from 92, or 93, I believe. Guest starring Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, and Venom. I really like just the overall look of this cover. It's a little bit bent up, out of shape. I got a bunch of loose comics in my room that I have to get bagged and boarded, or in my closet, I should say. But it just kind of looks like a painting almost, just the way it's detailed. I know it's probably a very airbrushed sketch. I think they probably did some airbrushed colors for this, but it's still beautiful. I love it when comic books go outside the typical comic book aesthetic. They do something like that. And this is another one. Oh, that one's a bit ripped. The Amazing Spider-Man Chaos in Calgary. This was part of a limited series that had Spider-Man going across Canada. The first issue, Spider-Man skating on thin ice, took place in Winnipeg, actually. So Spidey's been to Winnipeg, folks, which is pretty awesome. And these were basically like PSA comics from the Health and Welfare Society of Canada. The first one dealt with drug abuse and stuff like that. This one, I believe, deals with like train and bike safety and stuff like that. It takes place at the Calgary Stampede, and it's just it's you know what, Spider-Man is always fun, even when some people call him doing like preachy stuff. He's still fun, and you know I love Spidey. This was cool to find number 22 of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic series from the first volume of the Archie works. This comic is still ongoing today. It's been running for 21 years now, and it's a great book. I highly recommend you to check it out. I don't own a whole lot of older Sonic comics. I'm working on getting some from a friend. You know who you are. But, yeah, it's very nice to find these anywhere. And it is a little beat up, yeah, but it's still in pretty good reading condition, so there's that. And another Sonic comic is the... sorry. This is the oldest comic. This is the most recent comic I found there from 2010. It's Sonic issue 212. And I believe this is from the Iron Dominion arc? Yes, it's the Iron Dominion epilogue. And the Iron Dominion, if you haven't read it, is one of the absolute, just one of the best written arcs I found of these comics. So if you can find it in graphic novel form in Sonic Select, probably it's coming to Sonic Archives, and it probably had its own standalone release as the Iron Dominion, so, you know, go look it up. You should definitely read it. And these are some Pokemon comics from back in the day when Viz still published their manga in single-issue comic book form. And I can't, you know me, I can't pass up anything Pokemon related. So it's Pokemon Electric Pikachu Boogaloo, issues 3 and 4. These are really cool. I don't know which series these are. I believe they might be takeoffs of the Electric Tail of Pikachu and Pikachu Shocks Back, but I'm not entirely sure. And one of the things I always loved about them is in the back they had advertisements for older anime releases from Viz, like here we got Rama 1/2 and a Chinese Ghost Story, which is, I don't think I've ever heard of this, and it looks really interesting. I love these kind of mythology-based animes, so I'm really going to have to look into that. And of course you got, you know, Pokemon books advertised on the back. And, you know, it's just, yeah, like, this, I love the Pokemon manga. There's just, I love anything Pokemon related, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. There's Goku telling you to shop online at bizkids.com. Good old Goku. Yeah, and this is from, these are the last 4. These are from the Marvel UK, and they're a unique character who's actually appeared quite a bit in the Transformers comics back in Generation 1. And he most recently had a Marvel Infinite figure, so, you know, if I can add that figure to a Transformers and Marvel collection at the same time, that's pretty awesome. So this is Death's Head 2, issue 4, guest starring the X-Men. These are really cool. These were published in the 90s, but these are some of the better 90s comics I've heard. The artwork in them is really beautiful. There's an advertisement for Army of Darkness on the front cover. Just look at that artwork. Sorry. Look at it. Look at this. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, look at all this. Look at all this. There's so much happening. It's actually well drawn. I mean, thank God Rob Liefeld didn't draw this crap, or I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. This is Death's Head 2, issue 2, which is also guest starring the X-Men. And as you can see, he's going off against Wolverine on the cover, and you said it, bub. Oh, I love that. And of course, again, look at this great artwork. These are 90s comics, especially these. Like, for a series called Death's Head, you expect it to be ultra violent, and it is. But it's still a great book, I think. And there's an advertisement for Prince of Persia on Super Nintendo on the back. And I'm going long here, so I'm gonna quickly finish these up. Death's Head 2, issue 4. I believe this is another Death's Head 2 miniseries, and it's got a whole bunch of superheroes in it. It's got Captain America, Wolverine, I believe Spider-Man, but he's wearing some weird outfit. And of course, you know, you have the X-Men. And apparently you have the Rhino there. For whatever reason. At least I assume that's the Rhino. And finally, Death's Head 2. Oh, there's two covers to this. That's weird. I guess that's another 90s gimmick. This is an awesome cover, by the way. Death's Head 2, Issue 1. The Death of Death's Head 1. Super off-road ad. Beautiful, beautiful artwork as always. Beautiful. Some great artwork. I really love this. I'm trying to find a picture that'll accurately allow me to display it. You know what? Just look at the cover. That's a nice cover. And the Golden Boy pickup of the video installment, whatever, is a game that I've been after for a long time on the Nintendo 64. 64-bit Matthew, shout out, brother. Congrats on your new baby. This is for $5.99 compared to the $50 price it goes for at retail. Mario Kart 64, Player's Choice Edition. That's all I'm going to say. Just look at it. It's Mario Kart 64. 6 golden coins got me this game. It's awesome. And I am going to go play it. So until next time, this is GTV News for Gamers. Game on, keep it weird, sayonara, etc., etc. Bang!